Well, hello church. Here I am in my garage at home. I hope you don't mind the backdrop, but anyway, this is my office away from my office. Well, I wanted to give you a quick update on how our church is going at this time. Hopefully many of you are receiving phone calls from people in our pastoral care team. They're really doing an awesome job, and I really fully appreciate the help that they're giving at this time. So if you're getting a phone call, I want you to understand you're getting a phone call from them on my behalf. Thank you, Chrissy, who is heading up this team. I can only say that all the reports I'm hearing is that people are being contacted and cared for. You probably noticed you're also getting phone calls from myself. I'm trying to get through the church every 2 to 3 weeks, and so you'll get a phone call from me. And if you have any issues, you can always call me earlier. I do want you to know that you are welcome to call me, especially if you're finding yourself coming down with this sickness. I want to make sure that you're cared for in our church and by our church. If you didn't get a phone call from me, the question is why? Might be because I don't have your details. So if this message comes through to you from someone else, please do get your details to me, or to Barb. You can private message me, and we'll add your details to our database. Now you might have noticed last Sunday that we had some struggles with our internet stream, our live stream. So this was caused because of the congestion, the traffic. Really, if you understand a bit like traffic, the upload was so slow, the download was so slow because everyone was on the church service and on servers at the same time. I have a couple of ideas on how we can fix this, and I have two options. The first option is to broadcast earlier, so that maybe we do our live service at maybe 8:30 this Sunday. If you want to join in at 10 o'clock, well, you're still welcome to. It's just we all have been there and gone. So we'll do the service from 8:30 and the worship time. And you can worship at your regular time if you prefer, but I'm proposing 8:30. And we'll return to our regular church service time of 10 o'clock when the church comes back to meeting together. The second option, and it's not one that I prefer, is to avoid that totally and just do a pre-record. We could do that on a Thursday or any day we liked. But I'm choosing not to do that because there's something about the live that makes it more intimate, and well, we don't really have the capability for editing or for all the people to do the editing to make it more slick. That might be required if it was pre-recorded. You know what, there's something really valuable about live. We put up with mistakes, we enjoy it, we engage with it, people feel connected to the church. And so, as I said earlier, it's my preferred option to do live. It is of course possible that you might find out that sometimes the venue might change. I might have to do church from here in my garage or in my house. You might find that we do church with someone else's family and they might preach or might share the word or do the worship that week. But that we'll just follow and see how long we might be kept out of our own church building. I'm so looking forward to when we come back, and I'm looking forward to doing a party with you, because I tell you what, I'm longing for the day when I get to shake your hand, pat you on the shoulder and say it's so good to see you. At this time, I also want to thank the people who are helping to get the live streams happening. People like Greg White and Greg Cunningham, Isaac Gates and Michaela Booth, my own daughter, have been working incredibly hard. Now they're all volunteers. I also want to thank Barb Lamprey because she's working outside of her own office hours and work hours to make sure that we get all the things we need to do. Church, this is a little bit different. It's a little bit more complicated, but here we are doing our best, and we're going to keep getting better at this. We are getting equipment, new phone. Rather than using phones, we're going to be using cameras. And as that equipment comes through, you hopefully will see the quality begin to get a little bit better. Now, if I haven't mentioned it previously, I want to say thank you to our awesome worship team. See, last Monday night, not this week, but the week before, they all came together and recorded a bunch of songs, and that allows us to do pre-recorded worship with our own people. Isn't it good when we can worship with the people from our church? It makes it feel just like it's still part of it, just like being there. Now, it's really important that we find ways to engage in our community. Church, I'm asking you, when you join us on Facebook Live, that you might be able to share what we're doing, maybe start a watch party, join with other people, comment, say things, because then we know that you have been watching. That's a good thing to know first. And also we know that how we can improve, we know where we can do. You might have also noticed we've got a YouTube channel for our church. It's been going for quite a number of years. And I would love to see our messages on there. They will be streaming from YouTube. It's just that we can't actually hear your comments there live at that time. If you are watching on Facebook, I'd love to encourage you to start a watch party. Share the videos, share the messages with your family, with your friends. Ask them to join you. Hang around afterwards, have a chat. Talk with each other, just like you would if you're at church. Then in the coming weeks, we're going to be making some genuine efforts to try and structure how we do group meetings better, because we can't do them in person. We need to do them online. So these will be like virtual home groups or virtual connect groups, and they can be conducted either on the Sunday after the service or during the week at your regular home group time. Now I know I'm asking for a lot of you to adapt to new technology. This is pretty hard. Trust me, I'm feeling it too. But if we are left with very few options, and what a blessing that we have that God has given us, Facebook and the internet, to help us connect with each other at a time like this. Now church, next week is Easter. So I'm going to be sharing a word with you on Friday at 9 AM for our Good Friday. It's going to be a word that I'm calling the day that God died. I trust that you'll really get something out of that word. We also will, of course, meet on Resurrection Sunday at our regular church time, 8:30 or 10 o'clock if you prefer. You can watch it after hours, after we've been there, but it will always be there. You can watch it during the week if you need to. Church, families matter here at Romaine Park. Kids matter. And I know so far we haven't been doing much for the kids, but we're working hard on this. Thank you to Chrissy, to my wife Natasha, and a bunch of other ladies and people who have been part of the children's church. Thank you for what you're doing. We are trying to get a wonderful program together for our wonderful kids, and this will be up online during the time of shutdown. We'll get more information to families about this in the next week or so. Now please feel free to share the invites for the kids also with your families and the friends. You know what, you could even share it with your foes, because everyone needs Jesus. Our community needs Jesus. Let's be a community. Let's care for each other. Let's reach out for those outside of our church, those who are our neighbours. Let's let the love of God, which we've experienced, begin to touch and impact their lives as well. To do this, again, I'm asking you, once again I'll say it, share our services from Facebook or from YouTube with other people who you think this could really help them. Hit the like button. Hit the like button on the messages, as this makes the message come up more often on Facebook feeds for other people in our area. Now that doesn't really work with our closed group, so maybe you might need to watch the message in our Facebook page. And that Facebook page that broadcasts, anybody can watch it, and they're most welcome to. If people want to join our closed group, just ask them to ask the question. We're approving anyone right now, it doesn't matter. If they prove themselves to be people who just want to say stupid things, then we'll kick them out. The church, we need to care for people beyond our own church community. We need to actually care for people beyond our own local community of Burnie. So please, I'm asking you, don't forget the feeding program and don't forget our missionaries. You can still make donations to help with these areas online. Just type in, when you do it, missionaries or feeding program in the comments of your donation. Church, I love you. God loves you. I'm praying for you. Church, God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.